Welcome to the BBC podcast. Tapping in with Tunchi again. I got my boy JP right here. We got a morning interview this morning. The lovely Alex from Coachella. She came all the way down to visit us on her busy schedule, give us her insight on what we need to talk about today's topic. And
just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let's get started.
Hi everybody, my name is Alejandra, but I like to go by Alex. I am a 21-year-old. I am from the Coachella Valley. I am currently a college student, and my major is in business administration.
Okay.
I consider myself an entrepreneur, and today I am here to share my humble opinion and perspective on today's topic.
Okay. So, being an entrepreneur, you right now currently in the content creating, correct?
Correct. Yes,
okay.
I make content on mainly TikTok. It's my number one platform that I use. Mm-hmm. And my second one would be Instagram, and I guess my third one would be YouTube.
How long have you been doing it?
I haven't been doing it for long. I've been doing it for about less than a year on all of them.
Okay.
And
what got you motivated to start doing that?
I can't really hear. Sorry.
You hear?
Yeah. Okay.
What got you motivated to start doing that?
I've always been into like posting and things like that. I first started with, Snapchat, but you can't really get monetized on Snapchat. So then TikTok came along and Instagram. And I was always that one girl that was posting everything, what I was eating, where I was going, what I was doing, everything. And at first, like the people around me were a little like negative, I guess you could say. They were like, why are you always doing the most? Why are you posting? Like, you're doing too much. So that kind of put me behind. I let them get to me, unfortunately.
Are you getting more feedback like that from men or from women?
I would say from both.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I kind of stopped doing that. But then I was like, what? I can't let people get to me. I have to do what I like, what motivates me. And I just started, going back to it. I went into TikTok and I started just posting who I am, more than anything.
Okay.
Being myself. Yeah.
And being that, like, how were you able to determine that, like, the attention you were getting wasn't because, obviously, like, being a woman, like an attractive woman, you can be, like, men are on you and they're just liking your pictures because they're trying to hook up. How did you know that you can be like, I can turn this into something to where I can actually like make a business and get paid off of it? It's not just guys trying to hook up with me. It's just like everybody's liking me for me.
It's not just for attention.
Yeah.
I would say I don't really post like posts that are very, how would you say it?
Like provocative.
Provocative, yes. Mm-hmm. You have to niche down your, who you are. Mm-hmm. So for me, it would be the gym. I work out 6 times out of the week. I have a personal trainer, and I feel like I can motivate somebody by showing them like, hey, I'm more than just a pretty face. Like, this is what I have to offer. I am a woman that works out. Most of my videos are funny videos. It's just me, being myself.
That's showing your personality.
My personality, correct. Yeah. Showing who I am, my personality, and I consider myself a really like funny person. So,
being that like you're in the fitness world, are you? To keep it honest, like, you going to the gym just to show that it's a different segment where you're at and like you're in the gym location, or are you really like into it? Like you're with your meal plans, like meal preps and all stuff like that. You really eating right?
It's the gym for me has been not just physically but spiritually more than anything. I feel like gym is therapy. If you can push yourself and motivate yourself to go and like get on that. I have to go to the gym. I have to meal prep. Okay. You have to be consistent. If you can stick to the gym, you can stick to pretty much anything in life.
Yeah, you have to be real like disciplined.
Discipline,
like,
exactly.
To make sure that you're on it.
Commitment.
Do you have like that cheat day on the week?
Of course I do. Oh my God, no, yes, definitely.
What's the go-to food?
My go-to food. Okay, so I'm Mexican and my mom's always like cooking, really good food. So I would say like tacos and like pizza. Yeah, okay. Ice cream. Where it's at for me.
Being now that like you're still in school, or
I am. I'm a college student.
How much longer do you have it for college?
So right now I'm at my community college, which is COD, College of the Desert. I switched my major. I was going in for nursing. All my high school I did nursing. I did the nursing academy, but I wasn't really passionate about it, and I was gonna actually drop out of college, but I signed up super last minute, and I was like, I can't drop out because if I do that, then there's a big chance that I might never come back because I've heard of it from other people, you know.
Yeah.
They drop out and they never go back to school. So I was like, no, I gotta find something. And then I signed up for an entrepreneurship class, and that just changed my world, my life, and
That's good.
I find the passion in that.
Being young, how you are, do you say, do a lot of your peers like influence what it is that you want to do? Like you see one of your friends doing something as a career, you might want to try it too, or
Most of my friends are nurses.
Okay.
They're going into the nursing field. There is a lot of people that have influenced me to want to be a business woman.
Okay.
People around me in my community, they have, guided me. I see them, because of social media, everybody's posting their thing, and I see a lot of successful women, a lot of successful men, and, the life that they're living, the places they go, so that motivates me too.
Okay, that's good. Do you communicate with them and network with them? Like, ask questions, what got you here, like what, like their story, so you can imply it with yourself and stuff that you're doing?
Yes, I do. Like I said, because of social media, I'm able to see what they're doing, what they're up to, how they're impacting the community. So I'll like slide up and I'll be like, hey, like, how did you do this? Or if I have any questions, I'll just go and like DM them and just be like, hey, like, what's a piece of advice that you could give me to get there and be successful?
Okay. Who would you say is like your biggest like motivator right now? Like you're looking at them as like a mentor, like who?
My biggest motivator.
Whether it's like whether it's social media or just somebody like personally.
There's a lot of people that I look up to, but I guess my biggest motivator for me, it would be my higher self. The person that I see myself becoming.
Person.
So, I definitely, everybody has their own story, everybody has their own background, and, people show on social media something that might not actually, you see one thing, but things might be different, so I can't really say that I 100% look up to somebody. My biggest motivation and my biggest, like,
is to be the better version of yourself.
Is to be a better version of myself.
So, do you have like or maybe a couple like best friends that are into what you're doing, like trying to do the TikTok and stuff and everything? Or is everybody into their career? Like, are you like the only entrepreneur that's?
I have a couple friends that are as well barely getting started. In my group of friends, I would say I'm the one that posts the most, and it's the most.
So maybe they're looking into you like, hey, like Alex,
maybe I
can
can
do it.
do
Like,
this.
maybe I could do it.
I've heard from other friends like, how do you do this? They ask me for advice, and that to me is just like so amazing that I'm able to motivate others and help others and guide others.
Especially when you're just actually focusing on yourself and like you put in like 2 weeks worth of work, you're editing videos and doing stuff, and you actually see that people, since you're so focused on yourself, when you see other people are following you and watching you, it makes you like, oh dang, you were watching me, like.
Yeah, it's so special when somebody like brings it up, like, oh, like, you're doing really good, like, keep it up. It keeps me going for sure. So I appreciate everybody that supports me and likes my posts and are always there, like, hyping me up. So shout out to those people.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to have, like, you got
motivation.
To have, motivation, and like, you have a foundation like has like stability around you that has good energy. Like, some people will be hating in the background, and it makes it kind of like, even though, especially when they're friends, it's kind of like, dang, like, why do you feel that way? Like, we should all want to see each other win. That is the concept, but it's not the way the world works.
Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, most definitely.
And honestly, I see it more like with women though. I see more women hate on women, so it's kind of. I know it's probably harder.
It's true. I wish we lived in a world where women supported women each other. I feel like it would be a lot easier to grow as women. I feel like women, we want to be equal to man. There's those topics, but women don't support women as much. There's, like you said, there's always that like envy and like low-key like hating on the low. Unfortunately, it sucks. I've had so many like how would you say, fallbacks?
Yeah, fallouts
with friends
because of like those reasons. You just feel the energy, like you tell them something and like you just see it on their face,
Yeah.
you feel their energy, and like
I was
after
like,
that,
dang, she posted again.
yeah, like I said, and it all goes back to when I
Crazy.
first started like posting and things like that. Like I've had a lot of girlfriends that were like, "Why are you always posting? Like, can't you just enjoy your meal?"
Or maybe not even. They say something like to you. They say something to girls have that 3-friend combo, and she won't tell you, but she tells you like, hey, such and such. She was like saying something when you posted it, or she seen you do something and she was talking shit. Like,
Yeah, it's so bad. Or like when they don't like your post. I think that's
yeah,
another
especially
one. Like
like
that's
if they're your friend, they should be like your number one fan. They should
exactly
always,
when
like,
they don't have
It don't
you
cost nothing to hit
Uh-huh.
that little button.
exactly, but they see the stories. Like they see
The attention you're
the
getting.
attention. Like they're there, they're watching, but they just don't like. They don't like it. They don't comment, and I think that really sucks.
When at the end of the day, they could actually see what you're doing and maybe follow it if they actually like what you're doing.
Correct. Yes, get something out of it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I see. To get into it a little bit deeper, being that like you're motivated and you're focused on doing what you're doing, how are you balancing a date life?
Dating in your 20s is, in my opinion, I feel like
How did
it's
you summarize it?
okay. In my humble opinion, I believe that dating is in your 20s is to get to know yourself more than anything.
Yeah.
When I go on dates, which is like here and there, I do it to better myself. Like if I don't like the date that I'm going on, it's because, okay, why don't I like about that person? What is it that I'm not willing to put up with from this person?
Okay. So you're learning what it is that you.
Your likes and dislikes.
Yeah, your likes and your dislikes. I mean, you can kind of set your standards, but your standards might change if the experience gives you a different like vibe back.
Exactly.
You might like something, you might not. So I get what you mean. Like you need to date to understand what it is that you like and go through the experience.
Yes.
So in that same thing, would you say out of let's say 5 dates, say you got 5 dates once a month, and then 5 dates in 1 month, how many of those, like, it ain't gonna go nowhere, he might, more likely, he's cool, but I'm gonna just friend zone this guy and I'll still go on the date for the experience and just kind of just fill it out. But most women, I think they know that they see the guy, they fill him out, that first impression, like, yeah, I don't see myself like hooking up with this guy or anything like that.
Potential.
Yeah, it's potential, there's no potential.
Okay, so for me, a big, like, I consider myself a woman with really high standards.
Mm-hmm.
So when I accept to go on a date, on Instagram, I'm always getting like, oh, you look beautiful, let me
I'm
take
pretty
you
sure
out.
the DMs always
Pretty
full.
sure you hear everything.
let me take you out, let's do this, it's constant. And then when I finally do decide to, okay, I'll take you up on your invitation, if they don't open the door for me, that's like a red flag.
That's
You're like
That's a
big
red
on
flag.
chivalry.
Yes, exactly. So if they don't open the door for me, that's like the number one thing where I'm like, okay, there's not gonna be a second date. Like,
okay. So you start right away as soon as if you getting in the car or approaching the building.
both.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah.
So he comes to pick you up. If he doesn't open the door, that's just red flag.
Yeah,
right?
red flag at its finest. For another one would be my love language is gifts.
Okay. So you're about the traditional. You're cool if he brings you flowers.
Of course.
Really?
Yes, like flowers to me.
Most girls I don't know if we interviewed or anything, but they're like, no, that's too much. Don't do that.
No, like do it. Do the most with me.
Especially on the
That's-
first date, they'll be like, nah.
No,
All
on
right,
the
guys,
first
check that out. Make sure when you're in your DM, she likes this stuff.
On the first day is very important because that determines where the relationship or where everything's gonna go from there. Like the first impression, the first treatment. If he doesn't do the most at the beginning, like why would you expect him to do the most
That's true.
along the way?
That is true. Kind of gives a background of where he comes from too. Maybe whether not so much his father, but maybe his mother might tell him, this is how you treat a lady. Like,
Exactly. So if his mom, if he was from a good family, I feel like his dad and his
everybody would
parents
teach him how to
how to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Kind of be like old school a little bit. I
Yeah.
feel like we have lost that.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah, for
tradition
sure.
is out
The
the door.
tradition is
gone.
out the door. But I am very
That's
traditional.
good though. That's good. That's very rare. Like nowadays.
Do you think social media had a part to play in that?
Most definitely, yes. No, social media has had a big impact, but I always say, like, I'm always posting, like, if he doesn't bring you flowers, like, red flag. If he doesn't, you know, I'm a big, how would you say, what's the word? Can't think of it. I'm sorry, I'll just change it.
But like I say, like, you have like
traditional,
a lot of, like, traditional, like, old school traits, like they're like a lot. That's all that is like way out the door now.
Yeah. So exactly. So if, like I said, if he doesn't open the door for me when I get in the car, I'm sorry. There's not gonna be a second date. If he doesn't bring me flowers on that very first date, I'm sorry. Like, you went from being number one to like the last option for me.
So where's he if he doesn't bring flowers, but he opens the door and stuff for you?
I mean, yeah, I guess maybe there will be a second date.
Okay.
Let's say when he plans a really nice date, like, you know, like, don't take me to the park. I'm sorry.
No, that's a red flag.
Yes, that's a red flag.
But ain't that a little more intimate, a little more like he actually put more thought in instead of just going to the restaurant and the typical date? Yeah. You don't think a park's like a better experience?
So here's the thing. Parks are free. You know?
Okay.
The park.
So you don't like a guy that's like frugal or anything like that, like being, I guess you can say cheap. We'll just say the word like.
Yeah, no, we don't like a cheap guy. I'm sorry. But I know where I see myself in the future. You know, I know how I want my kids to be raised.
So if the guy doesn't invest in you right away, then you just like, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag for me. Like, I like the time invested, you know.
Time and
money. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, take me out on, I mean, it doesn't have to be
decent.
Mastros. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, give us bottom line. What's an example of decent?
Decent, okay. I would say you pick me up, you bring me flowers, and then, I don't know, we go to the movies.
Okay, movie.
And then you take me to the Cheesecake Factory, you know, for dinner. Okay,
so Cheesecake Factory, that's like...
So Denny's is out?
Yeah, no. If we do brunch, you know, we gotta do like a nice. I'm a really like foodie, so I like to try new restaurants. Okay. Whenever I go out.
I mean, being out there where you're at, like Palm Springs has a lot of nice places. Yeah, especially Hispanic places.
Yes, yeah. Palm Springs has a lot of really nice places, a lot of really good brunch, dinner, breakfast. So, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, if we go out to dinner, you know, we have. I'm 21 now, so I can drink. You know, have a drink or two. Talk. If he doesn't have anything to talk about, like. Interesting, like, what's your mindset like where do you see yourself, you know, like, don't talk to me about like sports and like just the basic
I mean unless you're dating that type of like / tomboyish type of girl, like, you shouldn't be talking sports to no girl anyway.
I know nothing about sports. I went on a day where there was like the football game was playing, and I mean, the only thing he was like talking about was that, and it's like, okay, like,
that's it.
Like, what are you gonna do with yourself? You know, like, tell me about you. Like,
so that'd be something that timeline of gap of age. So guys aren't well at being chivalrous, being, I guess, investing time and money all together as a combo, and conversation is bad.
If conversation isn't good, like. There needs to be that connection. I feel like I'm a woman that has a lot of topics to talk about. I'm educating myself to the point where you'll never be bored with me. Like, I try, you know, I'm 21. I don't have a lot of experience. You know, I'm very naive as well. You know, there's so much.
You're still learning.
I'm still learning, correct. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do in order for me to learn more? You know, make me grow as a person, spiritually, you know, physically. What are you going to provide for me?
So you're looking for a guy that more has, I guess you could say per se, more a little bit of a like life experience than you. He can teach you and guide you, be a leader, like type of.
Yes.
Or do?
Yeah. No. I would say my dating ages would be.
Age?
I don't date people my age because of that same reason. I do like men that are a little bit older and more mature.
What range would you say?
I would say like past 25, because that's when like your brain is like fully developed. So like 25, 20, 28 would be like a limit. I don't like them like 50 either. We're not gonna do that.
I'm pretty sure out there where you live, a lot of retired guys. Okay. If he does qualify for all this, as far as your experiences right now, I know you're young, what do you think it takes to get that guy to commit to you?
I would say the support, mentally, and more than anything, like, hear like what's going on in your life, talk to me, maybe we can figure it out together. And like I said, my love language is gifts, so I am a very person that, like, let me buy you lunch, like, let me take you some food to work, let me bring you some Starbucks, just the little details.
So speaking on that, like, can he make as much money as you, or he has to make more money than you?
He has to make more money than me.
Okay. So you want to date up?
Yes, I want to date up. Like I said, I know where I see myself going. I'm preparing myself. I'm educating myself to be. I feel like you attract what you are.
Yeah, you're the same.
And exactly, you're equal.
It's either the same or what you can accept. I see a lot of people that are like higher status and they accept like bad energy coming from like wrong people and stuff like that. And the people see that you accept that, then they'll keep on trying to provide you with it. But if you don't, like, if you have like a standard on what you want like around you, then that's what you'll always get.
Exactly. Yes. If like you said, if you have certain standards, the people that are not willing to do the things that you have for like the standards that you have, they're gonna be like scared and they're not even gonna try, which is like a good thing for me, for women. Like, I only want the people that are willing to put in the work and are willing to accept the challenge. I guess you could say, in a way.
Okay. Do you have many guy friends right now?
I have a lot of guy friends, a lot of girlfriends. Yeah.
Now, do you think that girls and guys can actually be friends?
I do. Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I do believe in that.
Even if one or the other, or both, are like attractive, like real attractive. Like we've learned to say, like, we've interviewed a handful of girls that, like, we see that the guy friend comes from an area and a space where the guy tried to talk to her and she turned him down softly. But you're cool. We can be friends. You just communicate. But just that. I'm sorry. Like, like, I think you're cool, but I can't see myself dating you. But you're cool as a friend. Like, and that's where the guy friend comes from.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. I mean, I feel like, most guys always like to shoot their shot with the intention of being more than just friends. But the woman has always the control of being like, hey, like, I think you're an amazing person. I like your vibe. I love your energy. I just don't see myself being with you. If you want, I can offer you my friendship. If you want it, you can have it. If you don't.
Do you think those guys are just waiting for that opportunity? Being the friend?
I feel like after a while, it's you build that friendship. Maybe at first they are like in the hopes of, but after you start telling them like, oh, like, I went on this date, and
you read their energy and like on how they're responding to.
Exactly. So, I feel like after a while, like, they gain that that love, that caring for you, and that's how like a friendship gets built. Like, I don't want you to go through this. Why are you willing to settle for this? So let me give you a piece of advice.
Okay.
So you don't think one of those guy friends that is at that level, if you just told him one day that you actually wanted to hook up, you don't think he would?
I mean,
most guys, like, if he had the chance, like, having a drunk night, a long night, and he thinks like you just hit him up and just, hey, like, how come we never hooked up? Like, I want to see you. Like, then he would be like, oh man, it's my chance. Like,
I mean, there is a big chance, definitely. Just like with anybody, you can text a random person and tell them the exact same thing, and that person's gonna be like, okay, it's my turn. I feel like it's like in human nature, like, especially if somebody finds you attractive, like, okay, let's go, let's do it.
So now to look back at it,
do you think
would
that's
you
really
say
a friend?
It's really a friend? Is the guy just waiting, maybe his chance to be able to sleep with you?
Just biding his time, waiting for the opportunity?
I don't know. It's like, damn, you're really willing to wait that long? Like that?
Hey, a lot of dudes out here, man. It's hard to get girls out here. A lot of dudes don't even know.
That is crazy. I never thought about it that way. I mean, I see it very, like, naive and very...
Like, of course, they're going to be doing their own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
it's
like you
But
are.
it's a time clock. The fact that he has his foot in there, man, I already know her likes, everything. I've heard the bad dates, so I know not to do that. He kind of has a step on everybody. Even though you disqualified him at first, time might go by. I go from 21 and now he's 27. We've been friends for like 10 years. And, man, you know what?
Now his money's
the
up,
dating
everything's
scene looks
working
kind of
out for
crappy,
him.
man. You know, this guy's been here the whole time, man. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. Like, he kind of like, he knows, I know he likes me, and I know he likes all my likes. He likes my foods. We've been on lunch dates before, you know, like, he kind of has a step up from all the other guys that you don't disqualify. So, like, you don't think you actually gave him the time of day.
You just changed my whole perspective on.
Hey, that's
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here to do. Another thing is, like, once you, oh, you know what, we didn't ask you. I don't know why we didn't ask. You're single right now?
I am, yes.
Okay. How long was your previous relationship?
My previous relationship was 5 years. I was in a relationship all through high school. I had a high school sweetheart.
Okay. So I'm like freshman all the way through?
Freshman till first year of college.
Why did it end?
Yeah.
We were both very young, very naive.
I can see that.
You know,
Was it a mutual thing, or
it was a mutual thing, and he's still part of my life. Like, you know, he supports me in every aspect.
Yeah.
The
a lot
love,
of years.
yeah, the love will always be there. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I really, you know, I don't think either one of us would be willing to come back. You know, we learned a lot.
That's
definitely. Good. We learned so much from
That's
each
good.
other. And that's why I feel like that being in that relationship for so long put me at this point in my life where I'm like, okay.
That's part of your growth.
It's part of my growth, exactly. I know what to accept in a relationship. I feel like I have a lot of experience when it comes to relationships.
So you think coming from that relationship that obviously not, you know, we don't talk bad about him or anything, but, you know, there's some things that you went through that I don't want to tolerate that. I don't want that in my next relationship.
Most definitely.
Like, so he helped you kind of raise your standards a little bit. That like, this is what I won't tolerate.
open your eyes and like.
Oh yeah, he raised the standards like so high. You know, he took care of me in like all aspects.
That's good
you know?
for being a young
oh
man
my
too.
God,
Yeah.
yes. I was madly in love. I was so happy with him. But like I said, you know, we after high school he went his way, I went my way, and it just
So I can kind of see
work out.
I can kind of see where if you said that he did all that stuff when he was young, like I'm thinking in my head, like for her being young, like for her having the quality to be like the guy has to invest time and money that like he supportive like that. You guys went on good dates and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See,
no,
that's good.
That's
what I think. That's what I would say. That's what I would want for my daughter, like to experience good standards in the beginning. So as a young woman,
she won't
like,
even put up with that.
Yeah,
bad
she won't
shit.
put up with a bum that's rolling up. That's like not doing much. That like it's cool to have a job and say between you're anywhere between 18 and 25, a job, but have a goal. Like, hey, look, I know I'm at Subway right now for a little bit, but I'm going to school, and as soon as I finish, I'm gonna do this intern, and this is my goal coming up. Versus, I went from Subway, and this is $15 an hour, and I heard Amazon's making 21. I'm gonna just go over here and then see how long I work there.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
That's good.
So he definitely raised the standards for everybody. You know that's next. Like he took care of me, and I love him. And like I said, like he's still part of my life, supporting me in all aspects. You know, like he's at the back. You know, always cheering me up.
Okay. So being that he's still a part of your life, like I said, I guess you can say he's somebody you can ask a question. A male question too, he'll give you an honest answer.
Oh yeah,
believe?
most definitely.
How does he impact your current dating life?
He doesn't get in the way of.
Do you let guys know that you're dating now that he's part of your life?
He's not part of my life.
I mean, not part of your life like that, but I mean,
but like still in the picture, not. You know what I mean?
Like he's a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if I was to ever get married, he would be like somebody that I would want in my wedding.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like he'll be invited to my wedding and he'll be there. So, like I said, he's just somebody that if somebody doesn't like it, you know, I'll drop that person because I'm sorry, but he built me, he made me who I am today, you know, and he knows me better than
even if that guy qualifies and fits all of your standards, height, money.
I feel like it all comes down to who that person is. If he's not secure of himself, of course it's gonna affect him, you know. But if he knows what he has and who he is as a person, and he's like, okay, I have nothing to worry about, then I mean, I don't see why there would be an issue.
Now, would you be okay with that said male having that female friend? How you have the?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, like I said, like. I'm secured of myself. I'm secured of who I am and what I have. And if something was to go wrong, then I can be like, I can be at peace with it, you know?
So what if like the girl said that like what if his best friend or his ex-girlfriend, something like that, says that she doesn't like you, but you know that turn out you have better qualities than his previous ex that's given him the bad information. Like, how would you steer that?
Okay, you're asking me that.
So say like your new man that has all the qualifications and everything like that. You guys been dating for a while. He has that not best friend, but he has
the ex.
He has that ex. How you have your ex, giving him advice saying that she just doesn't like
no,
like
there's something about her I just don't
yeah.
like. How would you steer him?
Yeah.
Away from her.
Not
away from her, but her
steer
thought process.
him away from her. I think I would, if she really means that much to him, I feel like I would try to like gain her trust and her love, so we can all be friends and coexist.
Okay. That's different.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I didn't expect that answer.
Hell no. Because just to be honest, a lot of guys are going to have a problem with that.
Yeah, being that it has nothing to do with security. It's more of him being that he wants to protect you're his woman, and this guy has had a past with you.
Yeah, it's like territorial kind of.
In a way, a man might think that like because he has a past, even though as much as you might say it's over or whatever it is like that,
he's already had you.
He already had you. What if he did? He knows what he did wrong. What if he did better and he has a shot back at you? Like as a man, I'm thinking like, I'll allow her to keep that friend. I'm like shoot myself in the foot, because what if the guy is doing better in the background and she sees it, and then they have that old connection? What if he promises that he'll do better now and offers her a deal to come back?
Like the one thing I'm not doing for you, he is still doing for you, and it's like, shit.
Why aren't you doing it for me?
But do you communicate with your man though and let him know that?
I am a big communicator. I believe in communication is the key to everything. So it's like, okay, but like I said, like my ex is not like involved like that in my life. Like he follows me on Instagram, and like here and there he'll be like, okay, like when I posted that I was gonna be here, he's like, that's awesome. I'm really proud of you. You're gonna do great. But it's not like we like talk to each other every day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like that. Like he's just a friend, but the love and
I get it.
the support is there.
So moving forward, why are you single right now?
I'm in my 20s. Going back to my previous relationship, that taught me a lot.
So no boyfriend since him?
No boyfriend.
Just dates.
Just dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the potential to be a boyfriend, or you just in that mindset of I'm just dating right now and I'll settle down in the future, or
both. So I haven't come across the person that meets all the standards, and that's okay. Eventually later on in the future, that's when I feel like I will eventually like be settling down.
What age do you see yourself settling down?
Yeah.
28, I would say. I have to finish. I have to be.
So you're looking at it in a career timeline, not experience timeline, not like a hot girl summer. I gotta be having my thing going around. I'm gonna do it for like 5 years. Like you're thinking because of where you want to be, educational and financial wise. Is that why?
Yes, most definitely. I have to be done with my school. I have to be somebody. I have to create my stability. Like if I decide to settle down, that comes with like kids, especially at that age. As a woman,
yeah, for sure.
Most women want to have their kids at.
You want to have them younger, but you want to be in your 30s. So.
Yeah, like my mom had. I'm the oldest of my family.
Okay.
I'm 21, and then I have a 7-year-old brother and a 2-year-old sister. My mom had both my siblings in her 30s.
Oh, okay.
So like I said, I will probably be having my kids around the same time, no later than like 35, because it gets risky after that for women.
Okay. So, say in the next 3 years, if the right guy came along, you wouldn't take that number 28 and turn it down to 24, 25?
If the right person came that I can be like, okay, let's build something. Let me help you build yourself. Let's build each other. Let's create something. Of course, like I'm not opposed to it. I can't block my blessings, but I just don't see myself like I want to get to know who I am. I want to work on myself, not just like physically, but mentally, spiritually, so I can be the best version of myself to attract that best version of the other person.
Okay. Have you? Well, I guess you only been in one relationship, but was there any experience of cheating?
There was. Yeah, there was.
On your part or his part?
No, not with him, but like in the, I guess the dating situationships, after the ones that have come after him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Of course, like I'm dating, I go on dates, and there's this like period of time where it's been more than like 3 months, that I've been talking to somebody, that I've been trying to get to know, see where things go, just so everybody at one point feels lonely, right? Mm-hmm. We all look for that support, that communication, that friend, attention. That attention. Yeah, so, within like the past few years, there's been times where like I've been talking to somebody and like, oh, it turns out they're talking to somebody else, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess.
So was there no like validation of like commitment right there? Like you guys didn't, you just assume it? Like, so it's just in a dating stage, just you guys aren't like, look, it's just me, it's just you, like I'm not talking to nobody else.
Exclusively dating each other?
No, and you guys never talked about that?
I guess we kind of like brought it up, like, okay, like we've been talking for so long, like
let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes, like I hope you respect me as much I respect you, because I wouldn't be doing those things to you, when I decide to like go on a date with somebody, it's because, okay, like I'm only committed, I'm only putting my time and effort and energy into that one person. I don't have the time to entertain like other people. I'm not gonna sit here and like go on multiple dates, like no, like that's why my standards are so high, because it's like, okay, you passed all those like little tests, I'm willing to invest my time in you and continue to like to go on like a second date, a third date, see where it goes. But so if I wouldn't do that to them. I think that's.
What do you say about women in their younger right now in their 20s? Are they thinking like more like man's mentality, like cheating and seeing multiple people at once? In your experience, like whether it's friends or just people you come around, you worked around, people at the gym, whatever like that. Do you know a lot of younger women like being more promiscuous?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I feel like women are not what we used to be. We're not as.
What age group would you say is that you know of? That like women are pretty much sleeping around, like
women like in their 18s to like 18 to like 25, 26. Mm-hmm. That would be when like she's really pretty. Like she's at the peak of her like her being. Like that's
at this point, would you say the more prettier, the more guys she has, or the more she's messing around?
Not necessarily. No, you don't have to be like the most beautiful woman to be like messing around with.
So people. Even like the mediocre, ugly girls is still getting guys sleeping around.
Most definitely, there will always be somebody for someone.
I think even like say on a scale like 1 to 10, I think that girl still rated her and stuff like a 2 or 3. Like her DMs still have.
Yeah, exactly. There will always be somebody. Like there's always options. But, I just feel like women are definitely not taking shit from men. I think that's the right word, Like, I feel like, everybody is, like, playing this game, like.
Especially with the social media, you have way more options now.
Way more options, okay. Yeah. It's like, okay, like.
All right, you fucked up, but I got 10 more DMs.
I got
so tell me,
lined up.
Does, obviously, we know how the DMs work in Instagram. You know how Snap works. Are you able to communicate like that on TikTok, or?
So I actually love TikTok because of that. Like people are so open to like collab with you, and like they're more friendly. They're strangers. I feel like Instagram is more like the people that the people that add you, the people that like you come in contact. It's like, oh, okay, give me your Instagram, And TikTok is like strangers from like all over the world that get to see your video. It promotes itself more, so you get the girls like commenting on all your posts, like oh, this and that, and you also get the guys as well. So after that, like if they really like you, like they'll DM you, and I feel like I feel like it's easier to find people on TikTok than it is on Instagram.
Okay. Um, most guys right now, I mean, you're in the gym all the time. Do guys approach you when you're working out?
Um, not when I'm working out. Like
Okay.
they'll wait until I'm like they'll wait to DM me, I guess you could say.
So they pretty much just like see her in here. I'm gonna just try to find her.
You know what? I think people like find me really scary because like
I tell it.
because when I'm on at the gym, like I'm also making my TikToks and my videos and things like that. So I feel
okay.
like people are like,
Watching.
what is this girl doing? You know. So I feel like they don't approach me because of that, which is good. Like, let me work out, let me do my thing.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
like I don't think any girls like to be approached when they're working out. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I find that a little disrespectful.
Yeah. Okay. You hear that, guys? Man, let me talking to girls while they're working out.
Leave
Let them
them
work out.
alone.
Yeah.
Yes, we're like,
So do you prefer to be like the cold approach, like 1-on-1, or would you rather a guy hit you up in the DMs or?
I would say 1-on-1. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of men do
so
it.
far, we asked that question. More women like cold approach versus like the whole internet swiping shit.
Yeah,
like.
anybody can just be going through your page and I find her pretty. Let me just text her real quick.
Yeah.
You know, but for a man to find the courage and like be like, okay, like let me go introduce myself. Let me go show her what I'm about. It speaks more about the man.
Yeah, baby.
See, the thing I hate with like when you do the cold approach, a lot of the times you ask for the number and they're like, oh, I'll give you my social media.
I'm like that as well.
I don't want your social media.
What's your reason for that?
So my phone number, you know, it's like very personal. You know, like my mom has that. You know, my family have that. I don't want somebody like calling me like 24/7 or like texting me, blowing up my phone just to get my attention. Like I feel like Instagram is a little bit easier to ignore somebody.
Yeah, but see, in the mind frame of a guy, well, most guys they look at it as, okay, if you give me your social media, now I got to compete with all these people that's in your DM because I know your DMs are full. So now you might not even see my DM. You might not even. So I might not even actually get to talk to you once I get your social media.
So I suck at texting back. That's like my red flag, I guess you could say.
Is it because you're on your social media more? So you open up your phone, you check your social media before you check your text message.
Exactly. So if you want my attention, you can find it on Instagram. Because like you say, you know, when I open my phone, like my first instinct is to open up my Instagram. I'm not gonna go and open my text messages because, like I said, even my mom talks to me through like Facebook. She doesn't like message me, you know. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. When it comes to friendship, like right now on your stage, like you're building yourself up, do you make sure you spend time with your friends to get the girl time in? Do you think girl time is really needed right now, especially being in your younger 20s, like to have more friends, or would you recommend for a woman to be more independent and focus on building herself right now? More the party life, more the like building yourself up?
So I am a very independent woman. I love my friends. I love hanging out with them, and it's always nice to hang out with them. But I'm also, like you say, I'm at that age where I need to build myself. I need to focus on me. Like I can't be a little sheep. You know, I can't be going and doing what everybody else is doing. Like I have my school to worry about. You know, I got my physical and mentally like stability that I need to focus on. So I definitely recommend women focus more on themselves than to focus on their friends, you know, because going back to the topic, you know, you never know who's hating in the blow, you know. So just do your own thing, focus on yourself, worry about yourself, do your own thing. I'm very independent. Like even when I go out to the clubs, like sometimes like I'll pull up alone. I love dancing. Oh my god, I'm a dancer. I am. You put me on the dance floor and it's over. Like I go there and I go there to align my chakras. I go there to, you know, just feed my ego, practice on my dance moves. And
Dancing with guys or dancing by yourself?
I don't like dancing with guys. I like to dance by myself. Yeah, a lot of guys don't know how to dance.
So you're the girl, dancing by herself, and then the guy makes his little move, and he comes behind you. You just like turn around.
I'm like, boy, no. Go. There's plenty of girls that would love to dance with you, but there's actually these two clubs that I really like to go. So
they're in the low desert. Or?
They are. Check them out. Pretty Faces and Bart's.
Bart's?
Bart's.
Okay.
Yeah. They're really good. I'm Mexican, so I love my Latin music. I love my reggaeton.
Okay, the reggaeton.
Yeah, so when I go there, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go dance. I need to relieve that stress.
You're like a alfalfa, like Bad Bunny type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So when I'm feeling stressed, when I don't know like what to do, like like the gym is not helping me out, I just go and I go dance. So when I go there, I just go and release my stress. I don't want nobody to bother me. Sometimes I'll go with my friends. Okay, let's go. It's Friday night. Let's go out. But I also like to go and do my own thing. I carry my pepper spray, so don't mess with me.
All right. You heard it. She ain't playing around.
I am playing around. But yeah, I am a very independent woman. I feel like every woman should get to know herself, what she likes, what she doesn't like, what she's comfortable with, what she's not comfortable with. So, yeah.
And what would you say is a time limit for you? Talking stage, going from dating to exclusive, or at least I'll just say, put it like this, going from the talking stage to sleeping with each other type of thing.
I would say like 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months?
3 to 4 months. Like, I have to see how you think, like, are you worth my time? Are you worth my energy? Are you worth me leaving my comfort zone and my space and my stability? Like, are you worth me, like, let's say I have to go to the gym. Are you worth me not going to the gym? Okay. Are you worth me, like,
are you worth a while?
Missing time with my family, like, what's more important to me?
I get you.
So, yeah, I think you have, like, 2 months to get to know that person. How much are you investing in me? And then, like, a kiss or two, after those 2 months.
Okay. So being after you guys sleep with each other, how do you get the man to commit to you and give you a relationship?
I feel like after a lot of people, and I've there's been times where, like, you just rush into it, and that's, like, where you mess up, when you rush into things. So I that's why I say, like, take the time to make sure, like, you want to make sure that guy is, like, putting their time as well. It's not just you, but it's, like, mutual. And I feel like after you wait for a little bit of time, then they'll be like, okay, I really like her. I got to know her. This is what she's done for me. This is how she treats me. And I feel like you don't want to risk it and, like, go out there and lose it.
Okay.
So.
And could you give us an example? What's the worst date you've been on?
The worst date I've been on. Let me see.
That just made you like never
fuck this.
again.
I'm never doing this again.
I guess, yeah. So some guy was like I said, like, don't take me to the park. I'm sorry, but don't do that. Like,
Somebody actually did that?
Yeah, they were like, I was like, okay,
Oh,
like,
man.
let's go out, like, let me take you out, let's kick it, whatever. Like, don't say kick it. Oh my god, I hate that word. Let's kick it.
So no chill, no kick.
No chill, no kick it.
Okay.
No Netflix and chill. We don't do that.
Okay.
So it was like, okay. I was like, okay, let's go out. And they always ask me, like, what do you want to do? And I'm always like, plan it. Like, show me what you're all about,
Yeah.
So this guy was like, okay, like, I got the perfect day going on for us or whatever. And it started really good.
Mm-hmm.
We went out to eat ice cream.
Okay.
And
So not food. You went to the ice cream.
we went
cream
to
first?
the ice cream, yeah.
And that wasn't a red flag first?
It was a little red flag. I was like, okay, maybe we're going to go get food after. I was hungry.
Okay.
So we went to eat ice cream. And then after that, he was like, oh, like, would you like to go to the park? You know, at that point, like, he picked me up from my house, you know, like, I didn't
Like,
have,
already
I
stuck
couldn't,
in his
I
car.
couldn't escape, exactly, like,
Ah,
I was
man.
like, I guess, let's see what
She
he's
was
all
at the
about.
park, called an
Yeah.
Uber, and was like,
I really was. I really was. Like, we went to the park for like a little bit, and then after that, I was like, you know what, my mom's calling me. I gotta go.
like he just took you to the park just to walk around. He didn't have anything planned, like a picnic or anything like that.
No,
It was just,
it was just like
You just
to
pull right up
walk
to the just,
around.
like right up
That's-
to the curb, and they like, here you are, like,
Gotcha, bitch.
exactly. That's why, like, I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, it was cute. I guess I was a little bit younger. I was like I had just gotten out of my relationship, so I was like, okay, let's see what the dating life's about.
and then what did he want to do in the park? Like
Just talk. Just.
Oh, man.
would have been different if he would actually like planned like a picnic and brought food and all that stuff to
Yeah,
actually.
it would have been different. It would have been like cute,
So
but
something
I
he
feel like
could've
he just
just-
improvised. You know, he didn't know what to do or where to go, and he was like, "Okay, let's just go to the park."
Yeah, that sounds like a loss.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh no, thank you, thank you," but I had a lot of fun. I appreciate your time, but this is not for me.
Okay. So to drop back from that, we gotta ask you, what's the worst sexual experience you ever had?
The worst sexual experience.
Like he's not gonna get a second chance.
Okay,
Like,
so for me, mommy, I'm sorry. I know she's gonna watch this. So, before I even like get like intimate like that, I like to look what I'm dealing with. You know.
yeah.
So I like to open the package and see like how big the
Yeah,
gift
yeah.
is. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I wouldn't say like if it's if it's not like what I expect like. That just makes it bad right there. on
But
its own.
that's happened to you. You guys are getting everything's going, and then
Yeah, we're like making out, we're having
Yeah.
steamy, and then I open the package and it's like all very disappointing. And it's
so
like,
how'd you? Did you like? We're already here. I guess we'll just go ahead, or
no,
No? Really? You actually- you stopped the
I'm
brakes?
Sorry,
You're like,
like
nope.
I
okay.
no, I'm sorry. Like I know what I want.
So how'd you play that off?
So we were just like making out, whatever, and then I open it and you see it, and then you give it a try to see if it grows or not.
So pretty much, I guess I'm more on an intimate level. Would you say like, okay, like, say you're checking it out? Like, I'm not sure yet. Maybe like some oral sex and make it like see if it got any better.
See if it gets better. No, but that's how I start. So if let's say it passes the measurements, right? And then after that, the worst sexual experience is when they don't know like how to move their hips. Like
Okay.
I feel like hip
So
movement
that's a
is
red flag.
very important. Yeah.
Okay.
Like toss me around and do all these things to
So
me.
be more aggressive, more rough.
Be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
Be confident with your sexual energy.
Okay.
I believe a lot in like sexual energy and energy, healing energy. So if you have a really good sexual energy, you also have a really good healing energy.
Okay.
So if they don't know like how to like move or how to be comfortable or
Yeah.
confident in themselves, that says a lot about that person. So like I
So-
said, I there's been very few experiences where like I get to that point where like, okay, we're doing it, and like, yeah, I've had that like time where like, okay, he doesn't know what he's doing, and unfortunately, it's like,
Okay.
that's it. Like I'm
That's
sorry,
another red
like
flag,
like
too,
I feel
like-
so bad afterwards. It's like
Yeah.
such a disappointment.
Ah.
It's like I just
Okay.
wasted my time.
So you've had experiences where the guy doesn't know what he's doing, and the size wasn't like there.
Yeah.
So how'd you play that off though? Like,
Well, you just you're just there and like you ask him to like do it and do other things, like
okay,
like
okay.
okay, just
get you.
do other things with
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
finish me off,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then that's it.
Oh wow.
Oh. And the guy doesn't. He's okay with it. He doesn't even try to do more. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's okay with it, but like at that point, it's like okay, like if we're going at it and I don't feel the energy, I don't feel you being a man,
Yeah.
the man that you are. Like, okay, how about we try to do something else and
Yeah.
then finish me, and then that's it. I'm done. Sorry, you didn't.
Man,
finish.
I don't know about guys being in that position. Man.
Wow.
Okay. All right. We'll do part of the last segment. Can you pretty much give our women subscribers, and that way they listen, what would you recommend on how to balance dating and your goals right now? I make you seem like your head and shoulders. Like, how can you? What would you recommend? Monday through Friday, like the weekend, is your party time, whatever it is like that. Would you recommend that? What's your regimen for staying focused and doing, like how you've been doing right now, keeping it up?
So for me, when I have school, I don't plan anything. Like I'm fully committed to school. Like I prioritize my things. Let's say I have school Mondays and Wednesdays all day, like 9 to 9,
Damn.
back to back. Yeah, and then my only day off is Tuesday, and then I work like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I try to plan my dates when I'm off, like when I have the time. Like if you don't have the time, if it doesn't fit on your schedule, like don't, like wait till the following week where you're a little bit more caught up with things. If it doesn't bring you value, if it doesn't
Make you better.
Make you a better person. Yeah, if they're not willing to wait like that long for that date. There's been times where I've made a guy wait like probably like a month. Like I'm so caught up with things. Like I have school, I have this plan with my family. If you want to wait, thank you. I appreciate you. Like I'm worth waiting. I'm worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
But I have all these things going on. Like you need to prioritize yourself. You need to prioritize your family. You need to prioritize your education. Sometimes I do skip the gym to go on a date. Barely.
You got enough gains for the week.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like a day, it's not gonna affect you. But yeah, more than anything, I guess just like make sure that everything that you need to do is like out the way. Get everything out of the way, get organized, and then if you have the time, let's say that week, go on a date,
Mm-hmm.
but don't put things aside just to go on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I've done that and, like, no,
Yeah,
it's not worth it. It's not
Mm-hmm.
worth it. It's
Okay.
definitely not worth it. It's not worth, like, putting my test that's due on Thursday, to go on a date today.
And then the date not even be worth it.
Exactly, yeah. So you want to make sure that you get all your things out of the way, prioritize yourself.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask me for my best date. I was so ready for
Best date?
that one.
Best date.
I think we'll leave that to the guys. They got to give you the best date, because if not, it's going to be. But I'll let you share it real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, well, no.
You might be giving them hints because
Yeah.
the next guy, he might be the one that
Well, for the
takes you out on a
ladies
date
and
and he
the
does the
guys,
best date. Like, yeah.
that's
Go ahead,
true.
share it.
So for me, my best day was going on a hot air balloon. I think that was like
That's right.
that was the one.
So would you say that the date that made it so great was the experience that he gave you?
Yeah,
Gave you
the experience that he gave
Okay.
me. Correct.
So would you recommend for men to? That's a key thing to show women, is like to give them an
A different
experience that they don't, like how right now, like you wanted to even tell us about the story, like he gave you an experience that you don't forget. You always think about it.
Like
It's at the top of your.
at the top of my head, and
Okay.
it was in. I was seeing that guy for a really long time. Like we went on multiple dates, but that one has to be like my favorite.
So
Like,
if it was the best date, why?
Yeah, where's he at
Where's
now?
he at? What happened with that?
he had to move. He moved away for
Mhm.
work. Yeah. So
Wow.
unfortunately, things happen
Things
in
happen.
life.
I get
Yeah.
it.
But it was a very special day, and that
Mhm.
like just keeps like putting the standards up. Like, okay, if this guy is willing to take me on a hot air balloon, like
Yeah, they could have set the
the
bar,
next-
set it up some more.
the,
I mean,
the
better.
next guy needs to step it up. And
Okay.
and as a woman, your standards, keep growing, and you are not willing to settle
Okay.
for it.
Would you recommend, say, like women of standards of yourself? Would you say, feel the guy out, like see where he wants to take you, and pretty much if he says, I'm pick you up, let's meet at Buffalo Wild Wings, you kind of be like, all right, yeah, I'll hit you back at the gym. Like,
if I'm hungry, I'll go.
okay. So you've been on dates when like you just I'll go for the meal. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna say no. I feel like
okay.
every girl,
every girl
here has gone out just
hey.
to eat.
We had girls on here that said that they don't do it. I'm like, man, you guys are lying.
Yeah, no, they're lying because we don't want to cook sometimes. You know, like you say, like randomly, he's like, okay, what are you doing tonight? Like,
bored, nothing to do, no school, no nothing. So you're like,
so
I'm hungry. Fuck it.
I'm hungry, and if I like the vibe, you know, maybe the next day he'll do a little bit more.
So, would you say giving her a good experience is better than a gift?
Yeah.
Because you can always buy things,
you
material
can always
things.
buy things.
The experience is what you can't.
The experience is what you can't.
Going places and doing things, events and stuff like that. I always say are really big, especially too if it's like concerts or something like that, 1 in a million type thing. Like you're not gonna get that again.
Exactly, you're not gonna get that again. But I mean, a gift. I mean, gifts are nice. You know, like I said, my love language is gifts, and I love gifts. But you know, eventually it'll break. Eventually I'll lose it.
The experiences are better.
But the experience will always be in my mind, and you made an impact in my life. You know, you made a difference.
See, there you go, guys. Experience is the best ordeal around here. So, do you have any questions for us? Want to say your experience being on the podcast? Like it, dislike it?
It's been amazing. I appreciate you both for having me today. It's been a pleasure. I was really excited to come here. I was like, oh my god, yay, thank you. But I also brought you guys some gifts.
Okay.
Cool.
So like I said, I'm an entrepreneur.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? Pay attention.
I'm an entrepreneur, and these are my pens.
Okay.
These pens have crystals in them. I don't know if you guys are familiar with crystals. Crystals
Energy
have energy, frequencies.
So actual real crystals, not like the little plastic looking crystals.
No. These are real. And so they're both different. So I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys. Okay.
We're not picky.
Okay.
I saw you were writing.
Yeah,
I saw you were writing. So that's the name of my business, Universal Crystal Pens.
We'll give you a shout out, right? For sure.
You guys get a little business card as well.
Appreciate it.
And so who doesn't need a pen, right? Everybody needs a pen, and crystals are just my favorite thing. Like, I love my crystals. They have the frequency. They connect with you, and I always tell people to use them to manifest.
Yeah.
That's the main goal of like the crystals. Journal down your goals, write down your affirmations, write down what you want, and the crystals give it that energy.
Okay.
That frequency too.
For sure. We'll throw this under the guidelines like that. We'll show you. You have a website and everything where to get this.
I have an Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we'll get it.
We'll post
it for you. Get it under the content and everything. Make sure you guys check out this lovely lady right here and watch her as she grows. Man, she's gonna go places, especially on TikTok. So.
Doing big things already.
Thank you.
I appreciate. Shout out your Instagram so they can find you.
Yes. So
and your TikTok.
All my social media is AlexBoo888. So 3 8s. The infinite number. And yeah, that's where you can find me. And then for my pen, my business is Universal Crystal Pens.
Okay.
Easy.
Shouts to lovely Alex. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
I appreciate you guys. I thank you both for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure. Maybe later on in the future.
Oh yeah. As you grow, we'll keep an eye on you. We love to have you back. Some deeper conversations.
Our guests are always welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Maybe one of these days we can make a TikTok together.
We learn
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. Make sure like and subscribe. Check out
the video.
And
check everything out.
Yeah, blow her page up, man.
Yep.
All right. We out, you guys.